As we round up another NaNoWriMo, you probably have some questions like, what's next? What should I do next? What if I didn't hit the 50,000 word mark? What happens? So today, I am here to answer all of your National Novel Writing Month burning questions. Hi, I'm Jennifer Gregson, a book coach who uses tarot to help writers start and finish their novels all with a smile on their face. Okay, so the big burning question is probably, what happens if I didn't hit 50,000 words? It's okay. So you didn't hit the NaNoWriMo goal. You didn't win NaNoWriMo. But guess what? You probably created a writing habit this month. You probably wrote more this month than you have maybe all year. You should still celebrate what you accomplished. I don't care if you wrote 5 words. I don't care if you wrote 1,000 words. I don't care if you got 49,999. You wrote this month, and that deserves to be celebrated. So right away, plan some sort of celebration and some kind of reward for a job well done. Seriously. I have had nanos where I don't hit 50,000, and I have had nano where I go way over that. But every year, I learn something about myself as a writer. So think about that. What did you learn about yourself as a writer this month? That should be more important than actually hitting the 50,000. But the next question I almost always get is, okay, I hit the 50,000 mark, but I'm nowhere near the end of my story. What should I do now? If you're feeling burnt out from the month of writing 50,000 words, take a break and make a plan to come back to your novel when you're feeling a little better. Usually I like to say a week at least, and then come back and keep writing until you get to the end of your outline or your plan. If you're not feeling burnt out and you are just ready to keep on rocking and rolling, then keep on rocking and rolling until you get to the end of writing your first draft. I think that's great. And another question I get a lot about NaNoWriMo is, okay, so I've hit my word count or I haven't, and I feel pretty good about where the story is. I kind of feel like the first draft is done. Now what do I do? If you are done, regardless of word count, if you feel like your first draft is pretty complete and you feel good about that, celebrate. I'm big on celebrations. Get yourself that champagne, buy yourself a new book, take yourself out to dinner, celebrate, and then make a plan for revisions. I like to let a book sit for at least 2 or 3 weeks before I go back to revision. I sometimes have multiple projects, so I will bounce back and forth, but I try to let it sit, and then I can come back at it with a fresh pair of eyes. I will give you a little hint that starting in January, I'm going to be doing a revision series on my YouTube channel, walking you through sort of the steps of how I revise a novel. So if you would like to wait for that and revise with my series, feel free. Or you can go ahead and start dipping your toe back into the story in December. But I definitely would give yourself a little bit of a break and then go back and read what you wrote, read any notes, create your revision file where you're going to keep all your revision notes so that as you're reading, you can start writing down the ideas that you have. And that's sort of where I would start next. So those are usually the big 3 questions that I get about NaNoWriMo. But I have a question for you. Tell me in the comments below, how did you feel this month doing NaNoWriMo? That's 1. And 2, what are your next steps? What did you take away from this video that you're going to implement in December? Are you taking a break? Are you celebrating whatever word count you have? Are you going to make a small revision plan for December? Are you going to wait for my series in January? So we are done. National Novel Writing Month in the books for 2022. That's exciting. So I am still here for the rest of the year. I will be making videos in December. They'll be slightly different. We are not going to talk too much about writing, but I am going to come back and talk about the inner critic. I'm going to talk about goal setting for writers. And then I have a little treat about keeping a tarot journal specifically for writers. So I'm super, super excited about those videos. Let me know in the comments below what you're excited about, and I will see you next week.